Hey guys, I'm back with another DIY project for Barbie's mini bathroom. Last time I showed you how to make a bathtub and shower, and this time we're making a sink with its little cabinet. This project is beginner friendly, and the best part, you can make it with cardstock. Plus, I'm providing you with a free printable template to make it even easier. You'll find a download link in the video, so let's get started. To create the top of the cabinet, simply cut this part of the template. You can use an MDF panel, matte board, chipboard, or even old cardstock packaging, whatever you have on hand. If you're using cardstock, I recommend layering several pieces together to achieve a thickness of about 2 to 3 millimeters. I wanted my cabinet to have a butcher block style top, and to make it you can use craft sticks, coffee stirrers, or, and this is what I did, cut this part of the template into cardstock. And once again, I suggest using old packagings. And if you're using my digital templates for cutting with a Cricut or a Silhouette cutting machine, which you can find linked in the description box, my suggestion is to lift all of the boards together using masking tape and then glue them to the base all at once. Once all the boards are in place, cover the final piece with a coat of acrylic gesso, followed by 2 shades of brown acrylic paint to mimic a wood effect. For a glossy finish, add a coat of clear varnish. Now cut this part of the template twice, this part 3 times, and finally this part just once, into cardstock. Just like we did for the top part of the cabinet, cover these pieces with acrylic gesso and brown acrylic paint to give the illusion of wood. At this point, we should have all these parts ready. We can already begin to assemble the first part of our miniature bathroom cabinet. Glue the left and right sides to the top. Then glue these 3 elements together, making sure the horizontal panels are evenly spaced. Attach this piece to the rest of the structure, and finally glue the back side of the cabinet. With the cabinet's main structure complete, we can move on to the drawers. Cut this part of the template, and depending on the material you're using, you may need to stack several layers in order to achieve a thickness of around 2 millimeters. Assemble the drawer this way. Then cut this part of the template, and again make sure it's around 2 millimeters thick. Glue this element to the front of the drawer. To make a handle, use a round wood stick or a skewer, cut it to a length of approximately 3.5 centimeters, and glue it to the top part of the drawer's front side. You'll have to make 2 identical drawers. Now, I intentionally left this side of the cabinet empty since I plan to put a washing machine underneath it, which, by the way, spoiler alert, that's going to be my next video, so make sure to come back to the channel if you want to see it. But if you don't need that, you can simply make the top of the cabinet shorter or add another set of drawers. Time to make the sink. For the basin, you can use literally anything that has a round, rectangular, square, or oval shape, such as plastic packagings, caps, food containers, even medicine bottles. Use white spray paint to give the basin a porcelain-like finish. Then cut this part of the template into black paper. I used white copy paper painted black with a marker. Next, cut this part into metallic cardstock. Glue this element over the black circle, then attach these 2 circles together and glue them to a small bead. Attach these 2 pieces to make a drain. Glue the drain to the basin, then create a faucet by cutting this part of the template a few times and gluing the layers together to create a piece that's about 5 millimeters thick. Then cut this part and attach it to the piece we just made, this way. Cut this part, attach the 2 layers together, and glue the final piece onto the base of the faucet. If you're using my free printable template, you can skip cutting the central rectangle and just glue the faucet directly onto the base. Next, cut this part several times and glue the layers together to create a handle. This should be also 5 millimeters thick. To attach the handle, you can simply glue it on top of the faucet. However, if you want to make a handle that moves, you can pierce a small hole in both the handle and the faucet, and then connect them with a piece of metal wire. Finally, color the faucet with acrylics and spray paints to give it a metallic chrome finish. While I was waiting for the paint to dry, I made these tiny soap and lotion dispensers, and let me show you real quick how to make them. First, cut this part of the template, fold the sides, and glue the tabs to create a small box. Then color it with acrylic paint. Next, take a toothpick and cut it so that it's slightly taller than the box. Cut a thin strip of copy paper and glue it around a toothpick. Then cut this part of the template and attach it to the top of the toothpick. Color everything with wet paint and add a glossy finish with clear nail polish. Slide the toothpick into the hole on top of the box, and if you want, you can print these labels from my printable template and glue them to the dispensers. You can also use this part of the template to make a simple toothbrush holder. by now the paint on the faucet should have dried, so we can start assembling the sink. First, glue the basin in place, then attach the faucet to the cabinet, either behind or to the side of the basin. And we did it! Our little sink and bathroom cabinet are done. Time to move on to the next project. I'm off to work on a washing machine, so wish me luck. As promised, here's the link to the free printable template, and if you're interested in the SVG and Silhouette Studio files, there's a link to my shop in the description box. If you want to find out how I made the first part of a miniature bathroom using cardstock, go watch this video next. And this is all for today's video. Until next time, bye!